I have this Python script that monitors running processes and can report periodically on its memory consumption, its CPU usage, whether it has open files and which, the affinity, and so on and so on. And of course, such a file or such a utility is not necessarily easy to test, so it would be nice to see whether ChatGPT can come up with a shell script in order to test this script, do a functional test on it. So I'm asking ChatGPT to generate a bash script in order to test that monitoring utility. So I can upload the script. And notice that I'm actually not specifying anything about what monitor is supposed to do, so ChatGPT will have to figure that out from the code itself. Let's submit the query. Okay, so it details the steps which it will take, which seems quite reasonable. It starts a simple sleep process, then it runs monitor in the background. Okay, and then after a delay it terminates both processes and it checks whether the output contains output, and it prints test pass if so. Okay, we can copy the code and test it out. So I've saved the script to a file and now I can execute it. And as you can see, the test passed, but of course this was a rather simple test in the sense that it only checked whether output had been generated or not. Whether that output is correct is everyone's guess. So basically we would have to refine this test a little bit. So I'd like a few adjustments to be made to the script. Let's see what ChatGPT comes up with. Okay, now it runs only for 5 seconds, but indeed it was kind enough not to kill the script, but rather to wait for its, the sleep command, but wait for its completion. So that's quite good. And then it also checks the PID, which seems to be okay. Right. We can try out the script and see what happens. So let's try out a new version. Indeed, it runs for 5 seconds and it has indeed checked for the PID, so that looks a bit better. But still, we want some more tests. One of the things I'd like is some more verbosity, and the other is also that it should check not only that the correct process was monitored, but also that the delay was actually respected. So basically the delta between each monitoring timestamp. So let's see what ChatGPT comes up with when I ask for these changes. So it does handle the command line options. It even checks whether there is an unknown argument, so it does error handling, that's quite good. And then it defines a log function, which is indeed convenient. Okay. Checks whether the monitor script exists, that's nothing new. It starts logging. Indeed, it runs for 20 seconds, that's quite good. It checks whether output is generated as before. Then it's validating the output, which is good. The test remains for the PID. It's also fine. Now it does a check on the timestamps. That looks very good. Okay, so again, this is something that we can try out and see whether it works in practice. So again, let's run the script and see what happens. So this is without verbosity. Okay, it has monitored the process and it respected the delta of 5, so that's good. Now let's test whether we can get some additional output. Yes, it's starting the process. It is printing the process ID, which it started. Now it's actually monitoring. And indeed, it's validating. PID check passed, and indeed also the delta timing check passed. Excellent, so this looks like a pretty decent script without much effort on our part.